Aloha. So today we're going to be covering condos along Kapiolani, and technically Kapiolani is going to be on the Mauka side of the Aloha Canal, which you see across behind me. Just a little while back we did a segment of all the condos along the Aloha Canal, and today we're going to cover condos that fall into the category Kapiolani, quote unquote. So directly behind me is going to be some of the high rises you'll see on Kapiolani. And I'm gonna flip the camera around here and head up towards Kapiolani Boulevard, because basically it's kind of, the bulk of them are gonna fall right down at the very end of University Avenue here. And then they're gonna run up along Kapiolani Boulevard here, like I said, on the Mauka side of the Aloha Boulevard. So stay tuned, and we're gonna cover the condos here in Honolulu that are in the Kapiolani neighborhood of MLS. Okay, here we are at the very base of University Avenue, and if you look, run straight up the road, that'll take you to the University of Hawaii at Manoa. And then we just came from the canal directly behind. There's a canoeing event going on today. And then we're gonna start, once you get the base here, we talked about this in our coverage of the Aloha condos, but you got a beautiful park across the way here that stretches to the McCully Bridge. And then here, the first place we're going to be covering is the Marco Polo, and then we're going to come back to Wai Plaza. But stay tuned, and we'll do a quick review of the Marco Polo. Now as we make our way back up University Avenue towards Kapiolani Boulevard, this will give you a perspective of how far deep this neighborhood runs. And as we round the corner, we're going to head to the Marco Polo, where I've done videos and blogs in the past talking about the fires that took place there years back and what's happened since. So here we're at the Marco Polo off of Kapiolani Boulevard. And this is the entrance to the parking structure here. And the Marco Polo, as you all probably know, or if you're not familiar with it, this is where we had a fire roughly about 6 years ago. It was all over the papers. I blogged about it over the years, but it's an incredible building. It's got 572 units over 36 stories. There is a mix of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units, and it's got a really cool architecture style that's kind of curved. Another building across the canal in Waikiki that's similar style architecture would be the Waipuna. However, what's different is at the Marco Polo you have units on both the Mauka facing, so these units on this side are going to face inland towards Manoa Valley. And then the units on the other side are going to have really nice views across the Aloha Canal out towards, Waikiki. And here's the pedestrian bridges. Like, say if you come home from parking every day, you cross the bridge there. And then here at Marco Polo, there's a beautiful Port Cachere area. And then what's unique about this property, I believe it's the only one here in the Kapiolani condos that we're covering that does have some retail space downstairs. So that's going to be in the lobby here. Around the corner, there's some retail spaces. Someone's getting their Amazon delivery today. And yeah, Marco Polo is a really cool residential condominium here on Oahu. In Kapiolani. And also what you can't see from this is that there is there's great amenities, and a walking path on the back side of the building, and then you've also got a basketball court, swimming pool, etc. So here's the Marco Polo, and then we're gonna hit Wai Plaza back around the corner. Okay, we just left the Marco Polo around the corner here on Kapiolani Boulevard, and what's unique about this next building is Wai Plaza Wai Plaza. Wai Plaza Skyrise is going to be across the street. We'll come back to that next. So Wai Plaza has 349 units over 25 stories. And what's incredible about this property is it encompasses the entire corner from Kapiolani Boulevard, and it's going to go all the way back down to the park there on the Aloha Canal. So it's a big property. It does have 25 stories, but that's going to be in the front tower there that overlooks Aloha Canal. But then you've got this kind of L shape to the architecture, and what's cool about these is they're 2-story condos, which are very unique to Honolulu. It's not too often you see condos here that encompass 2 levels. And so, like I said, the address is 500 it's 500 University, but it's Aloha Plaza, and it's at the very end of University Avenue here. There's a lot of road work going on, so that's why you see all the construction vehicles as I mentioned earlier. And then what I love about this place is not just the architecture of the 2 stories, but the glass common area where the elevator is. And then you've got some pedestrian bridges, which are going to be around the corner. Let's see here. That kind of run you out. You'll see the pedestrian bridges here that take you out of the elevator shaft here. And then you can walk to either tower here to the Mauka side or to the Makai side, which is gonna have views, like I said, up towards the We're back near the top of Kapiolani Boulevard. We just covered Wai Plaza. And now we're gonna cover Wai Plaza Skyrise, which is across the street. This one's gonna be 206 units over 38 stories. And what's also unique is they're also gonna have a 2-level floor plan. And it also spans quite a bit. It nearly spans all the way down to the following block. And then you also have these pedestrian bridges that cross over from the parking structure. Okay, so Wai Plaza Skyrise also has a mix similar to Wai Plaza of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom condos. And they also have a common area swimming pool on site. So as we head back down University Avenue, once again, 555 University is going to be Wai Plaza Skyrise. Then across the street, Wai Plaza is 500 University Avenue. As you can see, with all north of 300 units, it does take a lot of parking along the block. It's got a generous sized parking structure that spans all the way back to the tower. So depending on where you live in the tower, you might have a little bit of a trek to get to your unit. Okay, next up we have Alawai Cove, which is at 509 University Avenue. Once again, at the very end of University Avenue. And although the entrance is technically off of University Avenue, the main entrance to the building is going to be around the corner. So Alawai Cove consists of 77 units over 10 stories. And for location, it's directly across the street from Alawai Elementary School. So if you have kiddos that want to go there, it's very convenient, crosswalk right across the street. And then out the back, which is awesome, you've got Diamond Head out the back. Once again, all of this is Alawai Elementary across the street. And then once again, Alawai Cove, here's the formal guest entrance. However, the owner's entrance is gonna be off of University Avenue. But they've got, these nice lanaiser balconies off here that would overlook the elementary school towards the canal. And then what you have there out in the distance are obviously a bunch of condos in Waikiki, but that's the Ritz-Carlton there in Laniakea across the way. For perspective, we just hit Alawai Plaza, which is the tall tower there, Alawai Cove here, and then Alawai Elementary across the street. And then this next one is going to be called Kaimana Lanais, which is directly across from Iolani School. So you've got Iolani School, which is a private school on this side of the street, and then you've got Alawai Elementary on this side of the street. Kaimana Lanais is 114 units over 24 stories, and you can see they'll have nice balconies off there, and they're gonna probably have really nice views out towards Diamond Head here because you don't really have any obstruction with the school here on the canal. Okay, next up we're gonna cover Royal Iolani, which has 2 twin towers. You'll have the Eva Tower, which is gonna be on the left-hand side, and the Diamond Head Tower on the right. So, hence it's called Royal Iolani because it's adjacent, like I said, to Iolani School here. And it's one of several condos in the area with an Iolani name just because of the proximity to the school. As we're walking back up the street here, we'll take another look. Wai Plaza Skyrise, you can see how they have 2-story units as well across the street, as well as Wai Plaza. We're making our way up past the Iolani School here. I do have a final walkthrough today with the client that's buying a unit at Royal Iolani, so I gotta make my way up there here quick. So here we are at Iolani School, and now we're gonna hit Royal Iolani. So like I mentioned earlier, there are 2 twin towers at Royal Iolani and 2 addresses. You've got a 581 and a 583 Komoku. He has the stagers?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Okay. Yeah, they're just pulling staging equipment out of a unit here that my clients are buying, and we're closing on them in a few days. So Royal Iolani. Okay, Royal Iolani has 296 units over 39 stories, and so once again, there are 2 towers, like I said, with 581 address is going to be the Diamond Head Tower. Excuse me, 581 is the Eva Tower. 583 is the Diamond Head Tower. What's great about this property, they have great security, nice amenities. Most of the units do come with covered parking. These are going to be the guest stalls all along the corridor here. It is a weekend, so it's a little bit busy. And then this is the driveway to get back to the rest of the parking lot there. The swimming pool and a lot of amenities are going to be in the middle here between the 2 towers. And then you have EV chargers here at Royal Iolani. And like I said, they have great security. And they let in the vendors. So say if you have Amazon or UPS or FedEx deliveries, they'll bring them right to your door, which is kind of nice. Once again, here's the guest parking along here, and then as you get closer, you've got a swimming pool area out the back, barbecue area in the corner, and then the Diamond Head Tower lobby. Okay, here's a little treat. I got to come up to a high floor unit where we just did a final walkthrough on my clients that are buying a unit here at Royal Iolani, and check out the view out the back here. This is from the Diamond Head Tower. I'm gonna flip this around. All right, it's a little bit of a hazy day, but you do have Diamond Head out the back and Kaimaki out in that direction. You're gonna have beautiful sunsets. You got Coco Head way out there that direction, and you're gonna have, sunrise out this direction to the east. And then this is the entire span of the Aloha Canal that we did our last tour on a little while back, and all the condos along the Aloha. And then what we have next door, we talked about earlier, is Iolani School. And what you see going on there is they're building some boarding dorms for student housing there. And this is the main campus here at Iolani School. Got Aloha Elementary there. And then what I'm gonna do is walk you back through this beautiful unit to get a perspective on the rest of the condos here in Kapiolani. So we started the tour around the corner at the Marco Polo, which you can't quite see. This is going to be the Eva Tower of Royal Iolani. Aloha Plaza Skyrise there. Aloha Cove there. And then Kaimana Lanais. So this is, a great perspective. And then we're not going to head up into the Marco Polo or Aloha Plaza, but we're actually higher than that here. But this gives you a perspective of what some of those towers over there at Kapiolani in this corridor here can get, across the street towards, Waikiki and the Canal. That's a wrap on Royal Iolani, and next up is Iolani Court Plaza, which has 347 units over 38 stories. And then here's their parking entrance here. And then what's nice about the amenities here is you also have a swimming pool and a sauna, spa, even a little putting green. And I stand corrected earlier, I forgot that this one does have a little convenience store downstairs, as well as another building around the corner. So there's a couple of these buildings in the neighborhood that have a convenience store on their street level, but here we are at Iolani Court Plaza. Yeah, here's the entrance here, and then like I mentioned, there's a convenience store behind here, which is super nice, Iolani Mini Mart, which is super nice and convenient for residents here at Iolani Court Plaza. Now that's a wrap on Iolani Court Plaza, which is on the corner of Kapiolani Boulevard. Now we've rounded to Date Street. And the next building that we're gonna come up to is gonna be Regency Tower. And that's gonna have 238 units over 42 stories. And once again, you know, I just said that there's another building that's got a retail space. Well, yeah, Regency Tower here at 2525 Date. Downside about this is finding guest parking. I take it back, there is a little bit of, but Angie's Mini Mart is the retail space that's here at Regency Tower, and there's some guest parking here off Angie's Mini Mart, as I mentioned. And then there's a mix of studio 1 and 2 bedrooms here at Regency Tower. And then the amenities here, which you can't see from the street level, there's gonna be a swimming pool. There's a sauna, excuse me, swimming pool, and then there's a barbecue area out the back, the very end of the back side or high side of the building. Okay, now after Regency Tower, across the street, we're gonna have Iolani Regent. And this is gonna have 82 units over 17 stories. This building at one point in time was owned by one family. It was the Marn family that owns McCully Shopping Center. They own this building entirely, and then at one point they condominiumized it. So these are now all fee simple 1 and 2 bedroom condos here at Iolani Regent across the street from Regency Tower. Now after Iolani Regent, you're gonna have next door to you, you're gonna have Plaza on Century Court, which is 96 units over 20 stories. And this is gonna be the last unit that we're gonna hit here on Date Street before we head back around the corner to Kapiolani. Just left Plaza at Century Court and Iolani Regent. There's Iolani Court Plaza. We're back on Kapiolani Boulevard. And what we have behind this barrier here, this is gonna be what's the new condo called Kuilei Place, which is developed by the Kobayashi Group. It's slated for completion in late 2027. For more information on new construction in the area, you can imagine the views you saw from that Royal Iolani condo. This is gonna have very similar views out towards Diamond Head, and it's gonna be, you know, an incredible project by Kobayashi Group here in Kapiolani. And once again, I'll have more information on that in the comments below. Okay, we're back around the corner and we've come full circle. We're gonna hit the final building in this tour, which is Kapiolani Gardens, which is 17-story building with 73 units that are all 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. There's a swimming pool on site as well as car wash and storage. So if you enjoyed this tour today of Kapiolani condos and want to learn out more information, feel free to reach out and give me a shout at 808-371-3509. Mahalo.